Hi everybody, good afternoon and welcome to Cooking Uncovered. My name is Miriam and this afternoon I'd like to make for you this amazing salsa ceviche salad. It's ceviche in a way because I'm marinating the prawns in lemon juice, but it's salsa because I'm starting with a salsa mix of onion and tomato and cilantro. So it's amazing. So I just wanted to share it with you. So come along with me and I'll give you a little demo on how this is done. I use about half an onion to start out with. Maybe just a little bit more if your onion's a bit small. And as always, I lose my cloth. Every time I turn around, my cloth is gone. So keep your board clean, of course. So what we're going to do today is I'm going to use my mandolin. Of course, why not? It just makes it so much easier, and you can just whip this up in, seriously, 5 minutes for the salad, and you've got your vegetables all ready to go. And I can see that this onion is kind of small, so I think I will use the full onion. So we're going to start with onion, and then I'm going to cut up the tomato, and I'm going to show you a trick on my mandolin on how you do this salsa cut for the tomatoes, because it just makes it so much easier. Alright, so that's the onion. There we go. Look at that, beautiful dice. Just like 3 seconds and it's all diced perfectly for your salsa. So that goes in. If there's any big bits, just take them out, don't worry about it. Yep, that's good. Alright, so now your tomato. I've washed my tomato, of course. Always wash your fruits and vegetables, because honestly, do you really know who's been handling these things? No, you don't. I'd like to take the core out, so just take the core out. Wow, this is a strong onion. If I start to cry, don't mind, huh? Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide my tomato this way on my mandolin. So I'm going to make some cuts down my tomato. You see that? See what I'm doing? Take it, put it on my gourd, of course, because I always use my gourd. I'm going to put this, because it's so messy, I'm going to put this right into my bowl. So if you can manage this, just go right ahead and put it into your bowl. And look what it does. Look, it ends up leaving you with the skin, which you really don't want in your salsa anyway. So that's one half. I'm going to do the other half. Wow, this onion is so strong. If I start to tear up, it's a sad day for salsa. I'm sorry. No, it's not that bad, really. But don't you just love cooking? I love cooking, and I just love being able to come up with these amazing recipes. And my friends are often saying to me, Miriam, do you ever stop? Do you ever stop thinking? And I really, no. But I sure have fun at it, so I'm hoping you're enjoying this as well. So I'm going to make this big bowl of salsa. It's just the best process. The best process. Okay, so now look at what I've got here. See, I've got my onion and I've got my tomato, and it's a great mix. It's about 2/3 tomato to, no, it's about like 1 part tomato to 2/3 onion. So a little bit less onion. Now to this, I'm going to add cilantro. So here's my cilantro. I've already washed it. You want a lovely, fresh cilantro, and use a lot. Don't skimp on the cilantro because it really makes a difference. So I'm just going to rough chop, no I haven't had any wine, rough chop the cilantro first, sure not to cut yourself of course, and just go through it a couple of times, perfect, and then it goes. And I have a little surprise for you for this salsa dish. It's going to be amazing. Alright, now to that I'm going to zest 1 lemon and half a lemon. And here's my handy dandy juicer that my daughter bought me. And honestly, I didn't use it for the longest time, and now I use it all the time because it actually saves you a lot of work, and it takes all the seeds out as well. So you just juice that in, take it out, throw that over here, and it all goes into the bottom here. So 1 whole lemon, and that's going to marinate your fish, or your, in this case, prawns, which I've already cooked. They were frozen. Thawed them, deveined them, peeled them, and I just quickly sauteed them, like half a minute. And then I've chilled them now. I did that this morning, so I knew I was doing this, so I wanted to get that out of the way. So I think one lemon and half a lime is probably going to do it. So you've got some juice, your citrus juice with no seeds, which is wonderful. I need a spoon, hold on. Here we go. So we're going to mix the salsa. Oh, yes. I think I'm going to use that other lime. Doesn't look like there's enough juice. So one lemon and one lime, but they're small, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. So here we go. Put that to the side. I hope that when you're watching you don't think that I'm such a mess when I cook, because in actual fact, I'm not the cleanest cook in the world. I tend to rush along, and my husband, poor Carl, he ends up having to help me clean up all the time. But, the best thing about that is he loves to cook, so he never complains, so that's great. So look in this bowl. There's my lime, my lemon, my onion, my tomato, and my cilantro. To that, we're going to add the prawns. But first, a little surprise. What we're going to add is some melon, a cantaloupe actually. Yes, I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but I did this on the spur of the moment. I did this last night for some girlfriends that were over, and honestly, it was so delicious. You wouldn't believe it, so I'm doing it again. The cantaloupe is amazing. So of course you cut it in half, take the seeds out. You don't need a lot, so what I'll do with this cantaloupe, because you don't want to really save this for a couple of days, I'm going to use some of it in the ceviche, in the prawn ceviche, and then I'm going to serve cantaloupe wedges as an appetizer rather than vegetables, and I think that'll work really well. So I'm just going to cut it in the size of strips that I want them to be, and I need a paring knife, so just a sec, and my handy dandy paring knife here, and I just want to cut it, each one of these in the middle, and then you just take off the flesh. You leave the skin. You don't want any of the green stuff. If you get the green stuff, then just cut it off. Alright, so that's what you want. Sometimes it's a little bit more difficult to do, but sometimes it works really well. There we go. So just take all the cantaloupe out. It's just easier when they're in half. They're not in those long pieces. If I had more time, if we had an hour together, I would do this a lot more careful, but this will do just fine. All right, so I'm going to cut melon chunks. So just, right? Can you see that? Yeah. All right, in it goes. Not too big. Any green stuff, just take it off, because the green does not. You don't want the chunks really big, but you don't want them really small, because I don't want them disintegrating in my ceviche. So it works quite well. So that's about a quarter of a cantaloupe. Have you ever had a situation where you're thinking one thing is one thing, like I'm thinking this is cantaloupe, and then as I'm telling you this is cantaloupe, I'm thinking, gee, I hope that's cantaloupe, because sometimes I can't remember. And I know, it's that age thing, I think. Or maybe it's just being really busy, I'm not sure. So then, I'm going to put a bit more in because it's not quite enough. So then, what you do after that, this is truly amazing. A real crowd pleaser. And look at how fast it is. If you don't have a mandolin, honestly, go and find one. I found a mandolin yesterday at a garage sale and up the street. I'm always looking for them because I promote them so much. My kids want them, my friends want them, my friends' kids want them. And so I keep looking for mandolins. That's this thing, right? You know, right? Not the instrument. We're talking the chopper. It's so quick for this type of a dice. All right, there, in goes your cantaloupe. Toss that around. Now, the creme de la creme. In goes those beautiful prawns that I sauteed earlier today. And they're just cooked, like just cooked. So I would even say some of them are maybe just a slight bit undercooked, but that's okay because the citrus is going to marinate them and continue to cook them. And I did this, I cooked them in olive oil, not butter. I try wherever possible, try as I may to cook in olive oil. It's certainly healthier for you. This, and I read on the, no, it was on the TV the other day, I think it was Dr. Oz or somebody was talking about cantaloupe and how good it is for you. So here we are, cantaloupe in the ceviche. So I hope you enjoy this. This would go amazing with a beautiful white wine for a change. But I hope you enjoy this because it is seriously amazing. Just keep on tossing it around. So I'm going to now, it's tossed, so I'm going to take this and put it in my fridge. I'm going to cover it up, put it in the fridge, and then in about 20 minutes I'm going to toss it again and let it all go cold together. So this is going to be our salad tonight to go with some lasagna that I made earlier. So I hope you have a good night, and if you have any questions about my recipes at all, please contact me, mlboris@telus.net, or my website is www.miriamboris.com, and of course you can always find me on Facebook with Miriam Boris or ML Boris, or on the Canadian Cookies, which is our group of women who are bloggers and food lovers and bakers and cookers. Yeah, we do everything. Anyway, so thanks for joining me, and this goes in the fridge, so I'll take that now. So thanks. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.